Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths, you honestly don't really need to do anything with this narcissist that was involved in your life. However it ended, a discard, reverse discard, you cut them off because they become too toxic. You actually don't need to fret and you don't need to worry. That's what I want to try and enforce in this message today, or tonight, whenever you're watching it. I don't want you to worry, you see. You are who you are. You are a blessing to anyone that is in your life. Now, people, toxic people, narcissistic people, or even general people may not pay you your dues or give you your props that you deserve. But honestly speaking, if you're an empath, you're a blessing to anyone that is in your life, right? And you just need to let time play out, you see. You don't need to do anything at all. You don't need to lift a finger, right? The memory of you is going to consume the narcissist. They could have discarded you, for example, or reverse discarded you, or even cut you off because you become too. You could have cut them off because they become too toxic and they moved on very quickly, or they went to a new supplier. You don't need to worry. You really don't need to worry. What you need to do is focus on yourself. You really need to just focus on yourself. This is like a big sign from the universe, from God, trying to actually make you go your own way. Now, I know you may be trauma bonded. I know you may have been caught up in the cycle of on and off again with this narcissist involved in your life, and it's probably easier for you to actually engage with them than it is for you to not engage with them. But the fact of the matter is, you don't really need to lift a finger. You don't really need to do too much at all. Everything's going to work out just fine, you know. First of all, don't look at what they're doing. Don't keep up to date with what they're posting on their social media, because this is a deliberate sabotage against you. These photos that you're witnessing, right, are not done because they're having happy memories. They're ruminating and taking into an account that you may be watching. That's why they're orchestrating their social media in the way that they're doing it, making out they're living their best life, right? Because they've got a rough idea, or they're pretty sure in themselves that maybe the denial of closure, the lack of closure, the hurt they inflicted on you will leave you wondering and guessing, and your mind escalating and wondering, and you're going to start looking on their social media, right? They know it's going to do that to you. So you need to just fall back. Let the course of time work in your favor. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but through the course of time, the memory of you will consume them. You know, they're going to fight it. They're going to try to resist it. A lot of them are stubborn. Some of them are not so... Well, they are stubborn, but they'll use other tactics like acting like a victim, or crying, or trying to hoover you back. But many of them will act stubborn and act like you mean nothing to them. Like they don't give a shit about you. That's how a lot of them will carry on, right? And I think from the comment section, I kind of gauge it. A lot of you are experiencing that, and you're finding it hard to overcome how this individual that was once so important in your life, and they made out you were so important to them, has been able to flip around and just do the total opposite, and, you know, like a complete 180, if that's the right word. They've just gone in the total opposite direction, and it's shocking for you. It's daunting. But what you need to realize is, whenever you began to wake up to narcissism, whether it was maybe during the time of the relationship was still going, or perhaps it was after it happened. It's different for every victim of narcissistic abuse. You began to wake up, right? And that's what you need to focus on, right? Let them get on with their lives. Just let them go. It's the most powerful, powerful thing you can do. Let your absence consume them. Let the memory of you consume them. They're going to be out there. They're going to be trying to turn their new supply into you. You know, they're going to be doing that when you're not watching, when you're not witnessing this stuff. You might see a happy photo on social media. You don't realize that they're actually doing things to try and make that new supply be like you. That's what they often do, because they know they've burnt the bridge with you. They know they've hurt your feelings. They don't want to put themselves in a vulnerable position. Some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them will play the victim. Some of them will beg for you back. Some of them will do that. But a lot of them will be stubborn, and they don't want to put themselves in a vulnerable position of making you aware that they're actually suffering without you in their lives. So just fall back, let the course of time play. And what you need to focus on is your healing. Focus on your healing, focus on your growth, focus on your ascension, focus on your development, focus on your projects, focus on your life, what's important to your life, you know? Really focus on what's important to your life, and you're going to find better. That's what I want you to know, right? This person, whatever they are, this species, this dusty weirdo, this disgusting parasite, right? You're going to find better. You are going to find better. If you, please, chosen one, empath, please don't think that you can't do better than a narcissist. It's not your fault if you are thinking you can't do better than them. That's being caught in the trauma bond. That's being hurt in the way that you were hurt. You know, but you are going to be able to do better than them. You will do. 100%, you know. If you let the course of time play it right, you don't rush too soon. You don't do what other people do and just rush into new relationships and just rush for the sake of it just because you're afraid of being alone for a little while. Enjoy your alone time. I've read in the comment section today, people enjoy their alone time. They're saying, people in the comment section are actually saying, like, they've got very comfortable with their alone time. And that's a beautiful thing. Being comfortable in your own company, being just comfortable in your own company. Like, that's a beautiful thing. But not having to rely on someone else for validation, or not having to rely on someone else to pick you up or anything like that. And a narcissist isn't going to do that anyway. They're not going to make you feel any better about yourselves. So honestly, you don't need to worry about the narcissist. I want to reinforce that. You just don't need to worry about them. Let them get on with it. They're destroying their own lives. You were their last beacon of hope. They're not going to find another empath. They're not going to find another chosen one. You see, on this channel, I'm reaching out to empaths, to chosen ones, you know, to authentic individuals. That's why maybe this message doesn't resonate with everyone. But if you feel like it's resonating with you, it's highly likely you're an empath. It's highly likely you've been chosen to be an empath, right? That's the case, right? You know? They need empaths. Narcissists that are involved in your life need empaths. Yes, they'll get involved with someone else. This could be toxic. They will do that. They need supply. But really, it's never going to hit the same way that you used to make them feel. It's never going to make them feel that euphoric rush that you used to give them. They're never going to feel that again. They won't. They're just not. So you don't need to be distraught. And just because they don't come and tell you this, just please look beneath the veil. Please look beneath the veil and see if they've downgraded, if they're on social media, if you have looked, so, you know, learn your lessons and realize they've orchestrated that for you. To piss you off, to anger you, to make you upset. You're going to find something so much better. You will do. When you find something so much better, it's like you realize that everything is so working in your favor. The whole thing, you know. You would have never found something better if you didn't go through this pain. You go through the pain, you go through the hurt, and you're going to emerge as a warrior. You're going to emerge as a bright, shining light, you know? And you'll find someone that matches your energy, that matches your frequency. You're going to find that, you know? Don't think that you can't find that, right? Don't be rushing too soon, like I always say, but you're going to find it. And when you find it, even if it takes You know, even if the narcissistic, the relationship with the narcissist involved in your life happened, you went your separate ways, you were hurting, you were in pain, and you wait a couple of years or a few years or even more. You know, it doesn't matter. If you hold out till you find someone that's on the same page, and you hold out till you find someone that's on your frequency, when you meet that individual, time's not going to matter. It's not going to matter that you waited that period of time. You're going to have grown so much in that period of time of being alone. You're going to have evolved and developed and bettered your own life through that period of time. You're going to have overcome the hurt and the pain and the betrayal and all of that stuff. And you're going to be a new version of yourself. So you're going to be able to build something really beautiful with an individual. You know, and you might possibly meet someone who's also been through narcissistic abuse as well. So don't worry about a thing. Just let this narcissist go. They're not worth your worry. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. They're going to destroy their own lives, right? Where they're going, they're going to destroy their own lives. Your memory's going to consume them. It's going to consume them, right? It really is. It's going to consume them, honestly speaking. You know, honestly, you don't need to worry about a thing. You honestly don't need to worry about a thing. You need to just let them get on with their lives, you know? Let them get on with their lives. Let them make their mistakes. You can't keep trying to... Don't help them. Don't help them. You know, they've acted, they've been mean to you, they've devalued you, they've smeared you, they've gaslit you, they've abused you. Let them make their own mess, right? And when they try and circulate back, whenever that is, they will do at some point. Even if it takes a number of years, they will attempt to rekindle with you at some point, you know. Put them on blast, you know. Don't entertain it. Door slam, bolt and welded it shut, you know? And you'd have already door slam, bolted and welded it shut during your healing journey. And you might have already found something new, something better, you know? They're the losers. Don't ever feel like you're the loser or you've lost out. You haven't lost out on nothing. And there's a video, if you'd that I think might be beneficial to you. Never have a problem being single. There's something you need to realize about divine counterparts. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.